All right. Hello, good morning, everyone. My name is Ali Victor, actually a co-founder at Glade Bank, and together with me this morning is Elijah Afi, who is our speaker for this today's event. And Elijah is a creative director at
Take out media.
Yeah, of course, at Takeout Media, and he's a friend of the house, and he's actually a very fantastic person who I know for quite a while now. Uh, he's a very talented person. One of the key area which is very expertise is in brand consulting, marketing consulting. He's also a writer, of course, also a leadership development trainer. He's also a market researcher and project management expert, among other things that I know him with. And I can tell you, for years I've known him. He has done a very tremendous project with us, and also other projects I know him to also participate on as well. So, and the participant, please, I will kindly advise us to mute our mic. We're also going to take questions. You can post your question in the chat channel so that later, if you have any question, you can be able to respond to your question as well. So, by the way, this is a record event. After the event, we're going to send an email including take on the social media, which you can also be able to watch it much more later. So today he's going to talk to us about branding and marketing. As we are all aware, the issue of the COVID-19 has already derailed a lot of businesses. Basically, businesses have gone down, some have closed down, some are really moving at a snail speed. So he's going to give us a lot of insight, also some teachable content that we can apply to our business in terms of how brands or how our business can better engage with our customer during and after this COVID-19 issue. Please, so I can assure you that we're going to learn from this. He's very well expertise in this area. Thank you very much. Elijah, over to you.
Thank you very much, sir. So actually, I when coming for this webinar, I was thinking about a lot of things, like in terms of COVID-19, because I've had opportunity to do some of these kind of talks this season and even watch some and learn from what other people are saying. So various thoughts here and there coming on the subject matter, people talking about post COVID-19 and what do you think is the direction and everything. And everybody trying to sound all smart, But one of the things that I would like to lay as a foundation in this conversation is that we must all be humble. First of all, we didn't see this coming. Because we didn't see this coming, we can't predict 100% what's going to happen after this. We can only make certain assumptions based on past, based on history and based on human behavior. So as a result of what we've studied in human behavior based on history, to determine the way we look at things going forward. But I see a lot of people some people are shouting doomsday, doomsday, doomsday. And I said COVID-19 is not our greatest challenge. I mean, the oil price came down. The government has increased borrowing to a whole new level. We all know that the government in Nigeria controls spending or the spending of people almost at a very high level. I mean, if government is not spending, the economy will take a very huge shift. There are few states that are independent that can run business based on the businesses within the states. They can stay on their own. So, I mean, we have the oil price. We have what do you call it? We have the oil price. So we have the dollar devaluation. We have lots of global issues right now, supply chain problems because of the COVID-19 and the rest. So beyond the sickness, we have an economic challenge ahead of us that we need to handle. And beyond that, too, Nigeria has made room for a lot of irresponsibilities in terms of the way we've handled pensions before, the way we've handled. Right now, someone told me that Nigerian guys, that they don't have pensions waiting for them because the government has borrowed everything. Well, these are things that can be fixed, right? I don't want to go deep into it because I'm not an economic expert. I'm just this thing. I'll just focus and stay on my own lane. So there are lots of problems beyond just um what we say COVID-19 and just start making predictions. One of the things that happened, I'm just trying to set the foundation. One of the things that happened post 9/11, right, was the fact that there are lots of predictions that happened post 9/11. People say people will not be traveling as much as they used to, and it happened a bit for a few months. People said that people will not build skyscrapers anymore because nobody will want to enter them. People were scared a bit, all right, but they didn't. It was not that bad, all right. People will not just say, "Oh, we are not doing skyscrapers," because human beings, we still there's what we call optimism bias, right? So when it comes now, I'm entering into branding and marketing right now. So there's what is called optimism bias. The human beings we just kind of believe that even if this thing is happening, it will not happen to us, right? So we'll keep acting in that direction, especially in Africa where you have a lot of religious practices. It is hyper. The optimism bias in Africa is hyper, like it's top level. So a lot of Nigerians will still go to parties. As a matter of fact, people were saying events will not work. I said no. As a matter of fact, now we will even value more events. People will want to live life more because they've had time to introspect and see, oh, nothing did this life for me. I just deform serious. I need to engage more. People will want that more human relationships. People have we've seen a lot of things about themselves in this season that will make them take certain choices. So I'm not among those that are preaching doomsday. Everything has changed. Doomsday. Everything must be technologically driven. Yes, there will be a rise of technology in serving customers, but it's not going to be as bad as many people are preaching it to be. Now, remember, I started with the fact that we must all be humble, and that's why I'm making this statement. Like, at the end of the day, nobody is God. All right, we didn't see it coming, so we can't even adequately predict what will happen in the next couple of months. What if that disease comes out next month? What will we do? You understand me, sir? So so
Sure.
it's very
Definitely.
it's a very critical moment. I said that to set the foundation. So everything I'm saying subsequently will be based on that foundation, knowing that we are all trying to observe things. We don't all have it. There's nobody with a perfect answer to what is going to happen post COVID. And in all the opportunities I've had to speak, I've had to go back to the basics of many things. Now I'm entering into branding. Now, the basics of marketing, the basics of branding has always remained the same. A lot of businesses have thrived based on demand being greater than supply, right? So they didn't bother about customer experience. They didn't bother about customers. I mean, there were some businesses that people would just use you, whether they received shitty service or not. They would just use you. But now the dynamics is changing because more people will want better service, better value for the money that they are spending. All right. So now, what is branding? First of all, branding has to do with a promise, right? I mean, like I said, I'm going back to the basics. Let's not forget, what is that promise of that brand? Who is that brand meant for? Who is the target audience of the brand? And then how do you want, because many people think that, oh, branding, because of we are into the media space, branding, let's do logo, let's do this thing. But in all the logo, in all this thing, it doesn't matter if it does not communicate well to its target audience, if it does not attract the right people that you want to attract. So for example, I was we're working on a brand once, and the brand wanted to use colors like black and gold. All right, and you're familiar with all these things, you will see that that has to deal with luxury. But the kind of products they wanted to sell were mass market products. All right. So I told them, I said, see, this thing, there's a way you can position yourself. Some people will not even want to come and ask the price because they feel like, okay, these guys look expensive already. There are places that will play well for you. But if you are like in the FMCG space, people might not really gravitate to you that much. So you must know the people that you are communicating to and you are communicating with in your branding strategy. So like I said, branding is a promise. For example, if you are into financial services, your promise to your clients might be seamless transactions, um, effortless payments, quick clearing, right? From the time that you receive your payment and when it gets to your account, is faster than any other platform, or it covers a lesser time, and many other promises. I mean, I'm not a fintech expert, right? But there are promises that every brand has, every product has, or to the customer. So in this season, what should be the goal of any business? It should be to satisfy the demands, or should I say the desire of the customer, making sure that they fulfill the promise that they made to the consumer more than ever before. And customers would like to see brands go the extra mile in this season. So I like what I saw when I started seeing a lot of retail businesses innovating. What they were doing was they were innovating around delivery. So a brand like Spa started doing delivery, home delivery. They started amplifying that because they still want to serve their customers. But this time around, they don't mind going the extra mile and delivering it to their home. Imagine if Spa sat down and say, no, our brand promise is a wonderful space for you to shop from. And I'm a Spa person. I like to buy my things from Spa because maybe I trust the quality of the brand. Imagine that's what they said in a time like this. All that will show the customer is that you are not sensitive to their needs. All right, because you just start looking for an alternative automatically. You might not tell the brand, but then customers will begin to look for an alternative. Now, also when it comes to marketing, which is another aspect totally, I believe the foundation of marketing is research, right? So if your marketing was not founded on research, this is the best time to start getting active data from customers, reliable data that is real, not all those fictitious numbers. Someone said, if you want to tell the greatest fiction ever told is an Excel sheet. A lot of people just do a lot of numbers and just put a lot of things, right? But in this case, we need to go back to research, asking ourselves, what exactly do our customers need, and what is it that we're just trying to force on them? Are there products or services that we thought they would need, but now we found out that they don't need them anymore? Are there things that we're trying to do, but we know within ourselves that customers don't even want this thing? If we had customer, we had it one in like 1 year. All right. So it's now time for brands to go into research mode. And I gave a framework for that in one of the Instagram lives that I did. Number one response should be, you need to listen to your customers. Begin listening. Listen to what they are saying. You can engage various social listening tools. Listen to what people are saying. How are people interacting? Listen to what they are saying and listen to what they are not saying too. What I call weak signals. All right. When you begin to listen to that, you begin to, like within this period, I don't know how true. I don't know if any response was made to this. Not necessarily how true, but if any response was made to this. But a lot of Nigerians were calling for data deals that will help them within this period. I didn't see. I don't know if any what do you call it, network provider responded to that to show that we are with you. Only thing they did was to change my icon to stay safe. All right. So I don't know if they brought out certain deals, maybe half price or the rest. For me, I know I've been buying my own data at the same price. So that's the way that a brand would have shown customers that, see, you guys are more valuable to us than trying to do one extra profits. All right. So that number one is to listen. Number two, engage. So after listening, listening is more or less an observation. The next thing is engage. Don't let it be that this period, right? Anybody has spoken to anybody has spoken to your customers more than you have. This is a good time to keep engaging your customers, making sure that they are um, happy with you, making sure that they are not thinking of replacing you, making sure that you show them that you care, because every customer wants to feel cared for. Especially in Nigeria, a lot of customers do a lot of yanga. I'm sure we're all familiar with that. So a lot of them want to feel cared for. The next aspect will be with the engagement that you've had with them, maybe through a survey, through a phone call. I saw something that ARM Pensions did. I know one of my neighbors. He's those are his pension managers, and so what he did was he carried. They delivered for him a care package. It's an elderly man. They delivered for him a care package, which was very, very powerful to me, because I'm sure that man will never forget them. He will never think of changing his PFA, because he knows that these guys have shown me that they really care without necessarily me asking. I mean, the man was well to do. It's not as if he had any need of it, but they showed him care that, see, oh, we are with you in this season, and this is where we want to go. Next thing is take an action, which is what I just spoke about now. ARM listen to their customer. They observe that their customers are the most vulnerable, and then what do? They send them care packages, because most people that are collecting pensions are most likely among the elderly guys. So they looked at that insight, and then they offered them something to show that they love them. So they took action. The next one will be R, which is for you to receive feedback. So when you take that action, don't just assume, oh, we've done our best. No, receive feedback from the clients. Did they like what you guys did for them? Did they like the sensibility you showed? What are the feedbacks? All right. Then what do you do next? You keep repeating the action from the top down. So I tell a lot of brands that this is a very good season for us. Now, what do I mean by that? It's a time for us to innovate. As a matter of fact, the quote that says innovate or die, this is the season it will be most relevant. Because if your brand is not innovating in the way it offers its services, you will find yourself dying. Because people will want new ways that they can access that product or service that they've not previously been able to access before. And I'm encouraging, and what I will do is that I will encourage a lot of businesses that this is a season for you to begin to look at those ideas that maybe you have in your idea bank that felt like, oh, this thing is not going to work. Now, just have a meeting with your team, like with your marketing team, and ask them to test the market with these products. Let you guys see whether this will be relevant at the moment for your customers. And then when you begin to see something, you test it out there. I mean, within the same period, you have like financial services brands opening up subsidiaries of themselves. All right. So what they are doing is that they will open maybe an independent app that will be battling for them in the fintech space. They will just take one of their services, bundle it into a technology product, and then they will release it out there. All right. Maybe, for example, they will just take a savings service or an investment service and make an app and call it something, and then push it out there and get that target market that has that need. So we need to create ways also in terms of marketing, ways that are more flexible for our clients, because they would ask questions. How far? What are you guys doing for me? I mean, I recently called one of my vendors and I asked them, because I'm into media buying and advertising. I asked them, I said, see, what are you guys doing for us this season? Because right now, nobody's outside, nobody's buying billboards. What are you doing for us? And then they told us, they see, every single time people spend in lockdown, we are going to give you that lost time. What did that do to me? It made me say that these guys are together with me through the thick and thin. I didn't need to ask for it. They offered it. All right. So we need to now go beyond just meeting our clients' needs. All right. If there's anything you don't forget in this webinar, should be don't just meet your clients' needs. Anticipate your clients' needs. Anticipate. Don't just participate with your clients. Begin to anticipate. Make suggestions to them. This is the best time to sell your ideas. People have more attention than ever before, especially if you're in the service business that does B2B. Sell those ideas. This is the best time to test your ideas, to get feedback from your clients. So if you used to do surveys before and people were not responding to your surveys, what you now need to begin to do is begin to send it out this period, but give out incentives. People have more time on their hands, so they'll be willing to give you more feedback. And if your brand is not one that can do survey that people will feel, then begin to call your customers. Call them. Let them know that you're with them, because see, when all these things settle, people will only remember those that cared for them, because you would have become a statistics in their head. All right. So I actually believe that when it comes to branding and marketing, branding in terms of keeping your promises, making sure you keep your promises, marketing there should be greater emphasis on research this period like never before. New possibilities are going to unfold that I can say for free. New opportunities are going to unfold. New businesses are going to spring up after this COVID-19 season, after this lockdown is lifted up. New businesses will spring up because people have had more of an incubation time. And this was similar to what happened in 2008, 2009 economic crisis. You had the likes of Airbnb, you had the likes of Uber, all those guys coming out of that period. When you know that, and what caused that? It was the fact that they were under financial pressure. Things People were looking for more affordable ways to live. People were looking for more affordable ways to travel. People were looking for more convenient ways to do things. All right. So, and also too, when it comes to branding too, is always this will be a season that brands will begin to care about what they did not care about before. So, for example, if I was going to go use a hotel in this season, I want to make sure that they are clean. I don't want it to be that some funny people have spent the night there, and I cannot even and I cannot even risk my health and say, oh, I don't care. No, I'll say, please have they disinfected the room. So if you are running a hotel chain, that would be one of the messages that you should be communicating across all your channels, telling people about the great work that you are doing to keep the place safe. All right, or to keep the products to keep serving them. Mr. Lee, sorry, I think I spoke a lot. Is it? I thought you
No,
had,
actually, we are really enjoying it. You can
sir.
continue, man. You can continue, please. You
Okay,
can
I don't know
continue.
if you had some
We're really
questions you
enjoying
wanted
it.
me to handle. Hello? No, I said
Yes.
I don't know if you had
All
some
right, go
questions
ahead.
lined up that you wanted me to talk about in specific terms because branding and marketing is wide. So I didn't.
All right. So, hello, participant. Please, if you have a question, you can type your question in the chat box. And sorry, in the chat box there, so that Lega can be able to take your question.
Okay. I would really like to have questions so that I at least I meet everybody according to their industry, and I don't just speak over their heads. Maybe speak to the fintech and speak to myself. Okay, so but I would like to also emphasize something. So just feel free, put it in the chat box. I look forward to seeing what questions you guys have so that I can narrow down. Now, where a lot of people make mistakes in this season is that, or should I say, where marketing is concerned, is that a lot of people think of marketing as just what's the word now? People just think of marketing as communications. But like I mentioned before, marketing begins with research. And not just research on, oh, I'm researching the audience. No, product research. So you want to bring out a product to the market. Have you observed the terrain? Have you really paid attention to the fact that these people need this product? How would they need this product? When will they need this product? Is this the best way to deliver this product or this service to these customers? All right. So I would like any of our audience to or our participants to share with me what industry they are playing in so I can speak to that. Hello? If you could share with me your industry. Hello?
Hello, please. The floor is open for question. You can ask Mr. Elijah a question, and so that he can answer the question, please. If you have any question, please.
Like anything you want me to address about your industry that maybe you feel branding and marketing could address. At least I see Israel. I think is Israel into real estate, right? I see Musindi. Musindi is into animations. That one, they know themselves. They know what.
Wait for him patiently in faith. Blessed is he that believeth, for there shall be
Hello?
upon those things that God hath.
Okay. So, if there are no questions, I will continue because I have a lot to share.
Please, you can.
All right. So, when it comes to when it comes to post-COVID, what I would like to see brands to begin to do is begin to leverage technology. Like I said, simple technology. Okay, payments and fintech for me. How will the pandemic affect and impact branding for fintech companies? I mean, fintech companies have become an essential right now. All the banks are coming for your launch. So you need to amplify your conversation more than ever before. If you were playing small before and you were going at it in a very slow manner, this is the time to amplify, because these banks, they are coming for your launch. All right. This is the time to expand faster than before, because by what I'm seeing, the trends I'm observing, the banks will not be able to survive if they don't have a fintech arm. I think I saw the report that Segun Agbaje of GT Bank presented, and he said 30% of banks' incomes come from payments. So if that is what it is, your job now in this season should be to optimize. Let it be that those people that are already using you don't have a reason to leave. Think of new offers and new services. Okay, I'll come to that, Mr. Booker. Think of new offers and new services that you think will attract your customers. I saw something today. I think maybe Mr. Lee will speak to that one for me, but it was quite interesting. I think it was Flutterwave or one of these guys. They started an e-commerce platform for small businesses. Now, Mr. Lee, I don't know if that's a smart decision.
Yes, please.
Because it's a great product decision, right? But what that does is the other e-commerce platforms that were using you before will most likely pot. All right. Pardon me for calling the brand. I know I'm on another brand's. Sorry, I'm sorry about that.
No, not a problem. Trust me, we are not in the same.
No, I'm just saying, like, I saw that move, and I was like, that might. I mean, let's see how that goes. But it's a tricky move. But I wanted you to speak to that.
All right. Actually, I'm not sure. It's not a bad move at all, because let's be sincere. It's not all from. I'm going to speak from two perspectives. One is not the existing e-commerce platform. They are not going to meet the demand of everyone. That is one. And the purpose of that kind of product, I believe we even have a very excellent product that we also have, quick commerce that also give
quick commerce.
Yeah, exactly, quick commerce, which is a free online store for small businesses. So it's targeted as a B2B, right? It's targeted to the small business owner, especially the retail businesses that are selling offline. So the best way to be able to do that is not in direct competition to any e-commerce at all, e-commerce providers. So is we enabling the small businesses, that's especially offline businesses, to be able to now bring their business online, so they can now be able to reach their customer. Imagine before, for a small business, before they can sell, their customer need to come to their store, they need to have one-on-one rapport. But now, how can they sell? So the customer can come to meet you, so you need to now meet them. So that's the reason why we also have that product, which can enable a small business owner to open an free online store, can be able to upload their product, have event management, delivery management. So then their customer can go to the link and also be able to now see all the product, make an order from there. And but it's not a competition direct to e-commerce entirely. It's empowering the small business owners to be able to move their business online.
I mean, I love that. I love the explanation you gave in terms of the demand is still large. But my concern is this. I have not seen any profitable e-commerce company in Nigeria. So is it possible that they are running let me use the word, then I will explain the concept. They are running a one OSC strategy, or should I say a double play strategy? You know, for example, now, people hear of Amazon, but Amazon's major money actually comes from AWS, not necessarily from their e-commerce platform. If you check it, you find out that AWS is the major source of profits for Amazon. And a lot of people don't know this because they just know the Amazon e-commerce platform. And you think of Alibaba, for example. Alibaba has what he calls the Iron Triangle, which is Alipay, AliExpress, and Alibaba, the e-commerce platform on his own. So because he has built that Iron Triangle, he can survive at a very, very good scale. All right. So, and I think that's where a lot of e-commerce companies made mistakes. They just came as e-commerce alone instead of them to facilitate payments. So what I'm thinking is maybe their own strategy is not to make money from the e-commerce, but to make money from the transactions that goes on the platform. For example, OPay was doing that with what they were doing. They were making money off transactions, not necessarily from those rides. They needed more transactions going through their gateway, so they created tools and everyday services that people will need and gave you deals on it in a way that, first of all, you will create an OPay wallet, load your money in it, so automatically they were keeping money, and then they were also facilitating transactions. So now, if that is maybe their move, right? I mean, it's a great move, but then again, it raises the concern of what do you call it, being a payments company and being an e-commerce company and being able to deliver on expectations of the small businesses. So will one be able to help them push their products as much as other e-commerce centered startups would? You know, I'm not saying like it's bad. I'm just saying like those are the questions. You understand? Those are the questions that come to mind. Will one be able to expand, be able to give like delivery services, optimum service to those SMEs, or will one be down distracting themselves? I'm just saying, but it looks like a good move to me, right? But like in terms of considering this double play strategy I spoke about, it looks like a good move to me. I look forward to see how it evolves. Maybe after a while we'll have another session, we'll discuss some of these things. But that's just that was just another creative way I saw that they were trying to meet the demands of their customers in these seasons, because they know that a lot of SMEs are struggling, and the lifeblood of any great country or any great capitalist economy is the fact is it is SMEs. You cannot joke with SMEs. They are the ones that are putting things out there, unlike big business. I mean, I saw a big business, as soon as this thing starts, they already told their staff they are laying off. I mean, these guys have money. They're one of the biggest guys, FMCG, but they are laying off. And I was like, these guys are not going to even have small heart, small sympathy. You know, but that, I mean, that's not their business. For them, it's a business concern. 2 months, no money, you know, they don't want that one. No. So, in essence, we need those small businesses functioning. And anybody that can create tools and products that will help these small businesses take advantage of technology to access broader markets and increase efficiency in service delivery to their customers, it will be great. And which leads me to the next question by Abubakar Siddiq Ango. He said, what's the one advice you can give an entrepreneur selling through WhatsApp and Instagram to better take advantage of the current situation? Excellent. I mean, he's already, I don't have one advice. I have advices that I can give, and I'll just lay them out. Number one, contact Glade.ng. They have quick commerce. They will help you get on the web so that you will you would expand wider, because you just can't only leverage on WhatsApp and Instagram. I'll also tell that person to move beyond WhatsApp and Instagram to also enter Facebook, because Facebook, no matter how Facebook looks like a marketplace, it is what it is. It's a marketplace. So Facebook has the numbers more than Instagram, more than Twitter. You understand? And then you can now feed it to WhatsApp. Now, there has been a lot of integrations, because all these platforms, the major platforms we have in Nigeria, are owned by one company. So there has been a lot of integrations. You can run an advert now on Instagram and ask people to message you on WhatsApp and connect it to your WhatsApp number. You can run an ad on Facebook too and ask people to message you on WhatsApp, which is very convenient for a lot of people. Now, when you are building that database and keeping those numbers, you can now nurture them with your WhatsApp status, where you are posting stuff there. But above all, too, you need a payment gateway that will help you in all of this process. That's why I mentioned quick commerce at the beginning. You need to have somewhere that you can display your product in a very neat way, in a way that will at least stand you out from your competitors. But WhatsApp is very powerful. Instagram is very powerful. But please go to Facebook too. Don't limit yourself to only WhatsApp and Instagram. Enter Facebook. Facebook is a very great tool to use within this season to reach your target markets.
Excellent.
Thank you, sir.
Excellent. So, please, any more questions?
If there are any more questions, please shoot. Or me, I'll just continue talking. Me, I can talk about branding and marketing all day. I can talk about it all day. But like I said, I think for me, it has to do with us choosing to. I like what COVID-19 has had to do to big brands, because big brands too have had to need to innovate. You understand? So let the big brands begin to innovate. Let the small brands begin to innovate. That quote that we are all familiar with that says that it's no longer the big that is the small. It's the fast that wins the slow. That's what we are going to see as a reality after this COVID-19. Because I believe that only those that are in fighting weight, right, will be able to fight the battles of COVID-19, right? So I saw what Iroko did with his staff. He had to follow some of them, you get, because he wanted to maintain fighting weight. When he explained how much he pays AWS every month or for rental, I say, wow, and how it has increased because of the way dollar has changed. You understand? So for him, it's a very critical decision. So he needs to maintain fighting weight. It's not an emotional decision. Everybody that has a heart would want to keep his team, especially if he's a good person. But businesses will have to come to learn from startups on how to survive. And I think it's a good place for startups too to flex their muscles, because the new dynamics, the new market ordinances that will show up post-COVID-19 would require a lot of startup thinking. That is to think like a startup and not think like a big business. You might say, what's the big deal? I mean, this is just the way we think. Trust me, it's a very valuable asset, because a lot of these businesses don't know how to think like startups. They don't know how to start something and scale quick. They always want something perfect. And by the time they take advantage of the opportunities that are available, it's already too late. All right. So I will advise a lot of brands and a lot of marketing experts to begin to think of new products. Like I said, interact with your customers. Let them tell you. Let them know that you care. Let them tell you what they need. If they don't tell you what they need, listen out for the silent feedback. And before we know it, what will happen is we will all begin to soar. I believe that a lot of big businesses will come out of this. I believe a lot of big businesses will come out of this season. Now, I don't know, especially tech, right? Now, even agri too. But I don't know exactly what business, because at the end of the day too, you need to have been positioned in a place to be able to take advantage of opportunities in that place. For example, where Glade currently pay, I can't just wake up one day and say I'm starting a Glade because of COVID-19, right? So you need to also look inwards. What do we have? What can we innovate on? What were we ignoring before? Maybe you might even need to bring in more products or service offerings to the market, because you know that the ones that you are currently having is not going to be relevant to customers again. So I currently know an organization. What are they doing? They are like a bank. They are doing what they're trying to do what GT Bank is doing. They are launching an e-commerce platform, right? So the e-commerce platform is supposed to help the SMEs that they serve. But what it now does is they are kind of tying it into what do you call it? They're trying to tie it into the credit system, whereby you are able to access loans or credits, and they are also bringing in the aspect of paying small, because of the anybody that has a bank account there will pay small. So who would they reach with that market? They will reach guys like, for example, if they were now trying to open up a branch in Abuja, they will reach the civil servants. We all know the civil servants have a culture of that. What will be their selling point? They will tell them, you know what, make our bank your salary account. Let's keep seeing your salary. You can buy things and pay small. We'll be delivering to your office. Chicken. Think of the number of civil servants and the number of salaries. You understand? That will now shift their account. It will now look like, these people, they really thought of us, you know. that is being responsive to the market. All right. So while helping their already existing businesses, they are also acquiring new customers. So they are helping the small businesses while acquiring new customers for themselves. I know this sounds more like a business development standpoint than from a marketing standpoint, but actually, this is what marketing is. A lot of people mistake it for videos and photographs and the rest. No, those are just expressions. Those just come at the end, right? This is what marketing is. Being able to understand the consumer and create services and products and experiences that the consumer will love and want to engage with. I believe that there will be lots of parties, you understand, that will come up after this period. I believe there will be lots of parties. When people say the event industry is dead, I laughed. I see people don't understand. People are starved for events. After this, so far I just show them that the place is neat. Just do one or two things. I think there's one stuff I saw like that purifies the air. People are very innovative this period. People will come. People will come for those things. So it depends on how we communicate it to the audience. Do we have any other question? Mr. Lee.
Yes, please.
I said, any other question?
No, well, basically, there's no any other question here. So you've already answered the two questions we have from David and Ango. So, and also the participants, if you have any question, please kindly post it. If not, then this video of this webinar is going to be available via our social media and also Takeout Media social media. We're also going to put it on the webinar.glade.ng. Then you can be able to check all the previous webinar videos there, including this one. So if there's no any questions, so we would like to thank Mr. Elijah for his time and also for his insight. Please.
Can you share your social media details in case we want to reach out later?
Yes.
Okay, the best place to reach out to me is Instagram. So I'll just share my Instagram handle.
Interesting.
So that's it, at Elijah Afi. So anyone that wants to reach out to me can reach out to me there.
So you can reach him through Elijah Afi on his Instagram handle for any other question follow up to this. Thank you so much, Elijah, for this. We truly appreciate it, and thank you for your time. So,
thank you very
much. Godwin is really insightful. Thank you very much, Elijah. Okay. Thank you, Godwin.
Thank you very much, Godwin.
Thank you for joining as well. So, Elijah, thank you for your time. And so, as I mentioned before, we made the video available. And if there's any question, you can also send a question to Elijah, or you can also make comment through any of the social media platform we have, both on the one on Glade and also for the Takeout Media. Your question will be attended today. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for having me. Thank you guys for joining. I look forward to getting more feedback from those after sharing this video, because I believe after sharing this video, some people will want to talk more. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you so much. All right. So thank you for participating, all the participants. Have a nice day all. Thank you. Bye.